What's going on, y'all? Jimmy Macrum, Marcus Cash. SP3 is here for a special edition of the AEWrecap. I know it's been a few weeks.
We took a holiday break.
No, we didn't. I just didn't feel like talking about the show.
I took a holiday break.
Like a month break. I think the last time was when I was actually on here.
Wow.
With Winter is Coming. So that was like 4 weeks.
Right. To be fair, the Brody League thing, I didn't watch because
he's not sentimental.
That's not it. Like, oh, god damn, it fucking sucks. I'm sad about it. I don't want to see a whole bunch of people wrestle in his honor. I have no interest in that.
That was actually
I heard it was a good show.
The greatest tribute show ever.
Yeah, and not gross in like a Bruce Pritchard kind of, Bruce Mitchell kind of way.
Both.
Did Pritchard say something?
No, but he stinks.
Yeah, that's the fair. In general, he stinks.
Agree on something.
Yeah, you know, Pritchard's not the greatest booker in the world, but to be fair, that seems to be going around. By the way, my comments about Tony Khan coming up, they're all my own. They don't represent anything from True Heel Heat or SP3 okay? It's all mine. So don't send the Illuminati after me. You stink, sir. Let's get to the show. It opened with a tag match, 8-man tag?
Yeah.
Yes.
Young Bucks, SCU, I don't know why, TH2 and the Acclaimed. I like this match. I thought the match was a solid opener. I know you want the rap. Give me a second. I gotta be honest. I think the Acclaimed do it for me. I didn't like them after the first week. I think they do it for me.
I dig it. The rap was so much better. That was his best rap so far. And he has a different promo style from everybody else on the roster, so it works. And this match was just a whole lot of fun, and you needed it after the craziness that went on that same day in the world. You needed something to kind of take your mind out of it and kind of get into the whole show, and that did.
Yes, just enjoying that fun.
I love Max Caster's awkward endings to his raps. I don't know if it was just an ad-lib for this week. I hope it sticks. But if he's going to end all of his rhymes with bitch, I am here for it. Because he did it twice this week, and it was awesome. Anthony Bowens looks like a star.
He does.
Which was perfect in contrast to like Christopher Daniels and Matt Jackson.
Shit, what?
So, you know. It had a nice balance. I don't think this should have opened the show. We'll get to that in a second. But I think this was a very solid 8-man match.
Ooh. That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
SAU apparently they're going to break up the next time they lose a match. I like the storyline, if we're going to do it. By the way, Daniels is in better shape than I thought he would be in. He got a shirt ripped or something, right? Yeah, he took a shot or something. I was like, maybe because I'm used to Chris Jericho, but he was in much better shape than I thought he was going to be in, quite frankly.
And it made me feel like, especially because he was hitting a lot of his moves on point, it made me feel like the whole period that we had last year was done on purpose. That he was just botching everything to kind of play into the he's old and washed up type of thing. Or, you know.
Last year I said that was horseshit. And I also said, but if anybody's going to do it, Christopher Daniels seems like that guy who's just going to fucking build a gimmick around something preposterous like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, Christopher Daniels is everything 210%.
Yes.
So, possibly.
I don't want to see a Daniels versus Kazarian match, though. Do you? I mean, I enjoyed the match they had, what was that, 38 years ago? But other than that, hey, I'm good, thanks.
I think it's going to be more of an amicable split. I think that this is going to be AEW's attempt to get the Ric Flair 2008 storyline correct. That's what Dave Meltzer had made the comparison to, where, you know, he was one of the key pundits that said that Flair should have been on a winning streak in that run-up and should have versed Randy Orton, which made sense due to their whole connection for the WWE Championship, and then lose that match, and that's how he retired. Even though the Michaels match was great, it was a great moment, they didn't really give Flair momentum up until that point. Like, he barely got by people like MVP and Mr. Kennedy prior to that shit. Everybody remembers the Shawn Michaels match more than the whole storyline. It's like you remember Vince saying, the next match you lose, you're going to retire, and then you remember the Shawn Michaels match, and everybody's like, oh, that was a good storyline. No, it wasn't. I remember it very vividly. It was not very good, didn't produce very good matches, they didn't give Flair momentum, and they botched it. This is the AEW's attempt to actually get that type of storyline right.
So your explanation scares me because it sounds like we want to give Christopher Daniels momentum, and I'm not here for that.
Well, I think I've said this many a time since I've been on this show. AEW is not about pleasing Marcus Cash. It's about pleasing the majority of the fans. And you yourself have said you don't go with the majority. So
I don't, happily so. But AEW is mostly elite fans, right? Bucks, Omega, and the such. Does that extend to 50-year-old Christopher Daniels?
Yes, it does, because they are part of being the elite, and they got over. They were one of the most over acts at the start of AEW, and this is all about kind of reviving them up until they get their tag team title shot, which I think they would have a great match with the Young Bucks, and it would be a fitting end to their whole story in tag team.
No me gusta.
First of all, can you never do that again? I hate when people chew gum like that. I hate when people chew their mouth open. You gotta fucking make smacking noises with your mouth. It's just gross.
It's disgusting. Everything he was saying, just bad taste. Yeah. Bad taste in my mouth.
Let the man speak when he's speaking.
I let him speak. I didn't answer Jack. You're
making faces. You know who else does that? And the reason I don't watch that fucking show anymore? Stephen A. Smith. Let the man talk. No need for faces and shit. Ugh. Fucking John Moxley was up next, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And here's where I'll start here. I'll fucking start here. Because this is where it crystallized for me when I was listening. I realized what I hate about AEW. I finally came to the conclusion. Why do I enjoy it so much but hate it at the same time? Is that even possible? It is. And it's because I love the talent on the show. People like John Moxley who cut fantastic promos. Kenny Omega and Rey Fenix in the ring. I'm here for all of it. The booking on this show stinks. From top to bottom, every week, it's 4 or 5 things that are like layups that they stink at. And John Moxley, we discussed this last time. John Moxley, this is a great promo, by the way, because that's what he does. It's not shocking. Would have liked to hear it a month ago. It was in Japan. First of all, I got nothing to do with me. And secondly, he was, when they ship him away when he was in the thief of the night, he could have cut it a month ago after he lost the fucking belt. But I enjoyed the promo. I'll save the rest of my Tony Khan rant. He does have the book, right?
Yeah. He has the final say.
So I can give him final say. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I can give him blame and credit for everything that happens on the show, right? Booking wise, I mean.
Yeah. I have to disagree, because I like the fact that Moxley was off of TV following his loss, because it added gravitas to the loss that he didn't just immediately come back. Too much in professional wrestling, and I think we talked about this before we started recording. Mm-hmm. Wrestling fans are so used to WWE, which is instant gratification. Mm-hmm. A guy loses the title at a pay-per-view, the next night he's on Raw cutting a promo and basically saying that loss didn't mean shit. With FTR, what we've seen with them after losing the World Tag Team titles, with John Moxley after losing the World title, being off of TV adds to the fact that this was the biggest loss in your career. It makes it feel like you had to regroup afterwards. Even though John Moxley has a badass character, he's an anti-hero, he lost the world title. That was his first loss in AEW. Being back on TV immediately kind of takes away from it a little bit to me. Being away from TV makes you miss him, makes you anticipate this promo, and makes you want him to come back, which is what we want from fans out of a babyface. So I get leaving him off TV. Would I have brought him back to TV maybe a little bit faster? Of course. I love John Moxley. I don't want to see him every week. Maybe I would have waited maybe 2 weeks, not 4. But being off of TV after the loss makes a lot of sense to me, and it adds to the impact of his loss to Kenny Omega.
See, here's where I disagree. I agree with him being off TV. Well, yeah, I like him being off TV, and I like him being off TV for a long time. after he cuts the promo. Because the promo ends with him saying, I'm coming after Omega, and you won't expect it. Apparently, not expecting it is an hour and a half later, but who would have thought? The point is...
Hey, he didn't expect it.
And FTR, who are heels, I'm okay with that. Moxley, and remember, it's not that Moxley lost a fantastically competitive match. He had the match won several times, and he got screwed out of the belt. It's not a devastating loss. He got fucked in the asshole, and John Moxley, they would be pissed about it. Not sad, or broken, or what FTR? What would they say? Despondent? Fuck that. I'm gonna come get you, and then he leaves for a month, or he can leave for 3 months. I don't give a fuck. The point is, he just can't get fucked and not say I got fucked until a month later. What is this, asshole heal up? This is terrible.
I don't think you need the promo immediately after the loss. I feel like it made me anticipate this promo more, not seeing him and not hearing from him. We were supposed to get the promo really last week, but, we had to push things back a bit due to, what happened with Brody Lee. And, yeah. I understand that, and I understand him having to be on there due to his connection to Brody Lee. Mm-hmm. So I'm more of a pro of keeping him off the TV and then having this promo here.
I should stop talking and give you a thought. Swing at it, good.
No, I just like here's an instance where I think a WWE version of this would have been better, which is rare because they do things awfully. I would have liked maybe not like him walking in the arena on the way out or something, or maybe he's like in one of his boiler rooms or whatever that he usually cuts promos in, but he's like all pissed off. He cuts this promo. He's not around anybody. He sends in the tape or whatever, and then he disappears. And they air it that Dynamite after he lost the belts. We got this this video from Moxley. We haven't seen or heard from him since, and then he popped up physically tonight at this show. Well, we would have heard the spiel then, and it would have been fresh because it just happened. Those are fresh emotions.
I don't hate that. It just feels awkward to send in the tape after you lost the belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where I was like, not
or whatever. Because I'm assuming he'd be too pissed to have a cameraman in front of him and not assault the cameraman, So.
And then it's also the fact that he was champion for 8 months. He's been there every single week pretty much since then.
This is my
He
point.
Time off and get his body and his mind rehabilitized before he goes back after Omega.
Okay.
So I get it.
If we don't want to do the promo the week after, and we don't want to send a tape, what we can do is fucking Tony Khan, who apparently loves being on TV, and as long as it's Impact TV. By the way, I hear his promos are fantastic. This is what's
He's awesome.
Going around.
He's Vince McMahon in Memphis.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jesus. Wow. All right. Okay, I gotta watch this now. Apparently. It didn't have to be on TV. Tony Khan gave John Moxley some time off. You cannot have John Moxley get fucked out of the belt and out of Kenny Omega, who's a douche, by the way, and then fucking.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Because
maybe that would have been kind of where we could meet halfway. I like that.
I need an explanation why my world champion, who's babyface, got fucked and did nothing about it until a month later.
Fair.
The Chuck Taylor Orange Cassidy promo, to me, this was what I prefer, quite frankly. Chuck is really good, by the way.
He's hilarious.
Yes. Can you? Yeah. His fucking yes, sure, whatever, whatever makes you go away, whatever, fine, I'll do that. Great. It felt very realistic.
And talking over Miro, because and Miro interrupts me.
I like Miro too.
I really like Miro.
And I like him with what's his face. I mean, you don't, right?
With who?
Kip.
I like it, but I feel like they make them both too jokey, and I prefer much bigger things for the both of them, quite frankly.
Okay, but for the both of them, you push him, Kip Sabian.
Huh?
You pushing him, Kip Sabian.
I'm here for Superbad. I like Kip Sabian. I prefer more of a push for Kip Sabian rather than comedic sidekick.
To be fair, if he sticks with fucking Miro, you're gonna be comedic sidekick to the top.
But we gotta get Miro to the top first. Instead of him just being, my wife bought me this, and then attack you because of a video game. Like, I'd rather him be a monster.
I understand now after Tony Khan kind of explained things. Miro wasn't supposed to come in now. Like, yeah, I mean, when he did back at after All Out, he was supposed. They have more plans for him this year than they did at the end of last year. They had their plans in place, and I prefer that. I prefer a wrestling promotion that plans ahead instead of calling a 50-year-old retired dude to come in and versus your WWE champion. I prefer that a lot more than you know, keeping somebody on ice, giving them something to do to kind of spin their wheels up until you're ready to push them. And every week, Miro looks like a star because he just has next level drip. That's what the cool kids say. Next level drip.
I'm with you on that.
Okay.
But there's at least a segment on every show, every Dynamite, that was like, we could have do without that. That could have been on Dark or whatever. Where you could have insert Miro for like 2 minutes, which is here where the hard part is, because this is not something that Dynamite does. We could have Miro come in and just stomp the ever-loving dog crap out of Janela. Kiss. Stunt. Matt Jackson. Christopher Daniels.
Your hatred of Matt Jackson is hilarious.
Whoever. He could have an actual squash, which they don't do really. 3 times ever? Have an actual squash and Miro just run through somebody and build him up that way. Even if it doesn't lead to anything immediate like they do with all their giants where they have to get a TNT title shot or whatever, like in their first month and then disappear. Have just Miro just pick up all these wins and he's just happy with just crushing all the little small people.
But that's what they did with Lance Archer and Brian Cage. They build them up with those squash matches, and of course, people are going to want them to go for something bigger, and they go for the title shot. They lose the title shot because that's not in the plans, and then they're pushed back. I prefer somebody getting inserted into a storyline that has wheels on it. We know the wedding is coming up at Beach Break, but he has still shown signs of what's to come. I prefer that over what they did with like Lance Archer and Brian Cage. Even though Brian Cage, I would say, has been rehabilitated more than Archer has been, and Archer had to kind of turn babyface out of nowhere. But at least Miro hasn't been given, that huge platform yet. So we're still asking for more. We haven't reached the plateau like we did with all the previous monsters. He's kind of simmered underneath and still has momentum.
But you can ask for more with the fact that instead of having these championship aspirations like Cage and Archer did because past success or whatever, that Miro is happy with just destroying the runts of AEW until we have time for his actual plans that we made for him. He's just here just to kick ass and leave, cash checks and kick ass.
See, I actually don't mind this Miro stuff. I don't mind the funky stuff. I don't mind. This is one of the few things on the show that feels like it's a long-term thing. Like,
exactly.
The wedding, Kip Sabian, and best friends. To me, this is the best fucking, I don't want to say long-term, medium-term booking they've done in a while.
Some of the best friends?
The two of them. Best friends with Miro and Sabian.
We actually even got the tag team match.
Right? It just feels like, unlike other things happen week to week, and it's not the same thing week in week. Thing. But Hager and Wardlow was up next. I really like this match. I don't entirely know why. I think because it's so different from everything else that's on the show. The opposite flips. Hager and Wardlow. Though Wardlow does a fantastic swanton. Wow.
That boy got 10 up right there.
Wardlow's like Wardlow looks and feels like a superstar to me. Like, I don't know when, but eventually. I'm here for the Wardlow MJF match. I'm here for the Batista turn he does on fucking MJF. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yes. Give it to me. Pause. What did you think?
Every time he gets a singles opportunity, he impresses the hell out of me. And this was Jake Hager's best singles match in AEW yet. And I agree with you. It was just something totally different from the rest of the show, and it exceeded my expectations. Like, it was just two big boys going out there and slugging it out. So I enjoyed the hell out of this.
Indeed.
Yeah, I was a fan. I don't know if we shortened it a couple minutes or something like that, because they did look visibly exhausted, both of them, in parts of it. But this was... Sorry about that. This was definitely a big boy slug 'em out, but we're still going to do cool stuff instead of monster versus monster. And I'm here for it. Like I said, I agree with you. Hager's best match. Wardlow is doing very well every time lately. So I'm excited for big things. I'd like to see this as a tag team.
I would too. I thought that was where they were going with this, with the shaking of hands afterwards. And I also like the MJF segment with him kind of giving Hager the pep talk, similar to what he did with Proud and Powerful.
Yes.
It's like slowly but surely. It's another one that's more long term.
Yes.
They're doing it very subtle, with MJF getting on the good side of the rest of the inner circle besides Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. It's kind of like he's kind of just planting the seeds for him to take over the group before everybody's eyes. So I dig it. And the best comparison I could do for Wardlow's Swanton was Sean O'Hare. It was similar to Sean O'Hare's.
Ooh, look at that
Swanton.
reference. And one I understand that.
And he's not telling you anything that you didn't already know.
Is it just me or could that gimmick have worked? Like, I feel like it could have worked. I don't know why.
It should have worked. It should have worked. Maybe not without Piper, but it should have worked.
Yeah. Damn, I miss Sean O'Hare. At least I can. He needed a haircut though. For making it work, I think.
Yes.
That's a random thought. I just think so.
For longer hair.
That's scraggly. You look
Yeah,
like a bum.
Look like he just woke up. Look like long hair or a close cut.
He looked like Chad Michael Murray from the Cinderella story. One of those pretty boy actors.
Next is Private Party, signing fucking these ridiculous and get fucked in the ass contracts. I apologize if any of them are gay. I know one of them is whatever. Just analogies I use. That's how I work.
Allegedly, we don't know anything.
Jesus, all right. I'll remember to cut that. We'll see what happens. Snoop Dogg standing by because we want to get Snoop on TV for some reason.
That was so forced, by the way. We've got the gin, we don't got the juice.
Yeah, I was cool with that. I'm cool with like goofy backstage segment. I was about to skip, and then Matt Hardy showed up, and I think I'm here for heel Matt Hardy. So
best use of Matt Hardy.
Yes, I stopped.
Promoter.
Yes, it works to me. I'm here for it, and it did feel like he's not going to inherit Mr. Brody's Vince McMahon gimmick because he mentioned you get to keep your Twitch. I think he said.
Yeah.
Your cameos.
Yeah.
Your cameos and your Twitch.
I still can't get over that. It's such a greedy thing. It's so cutting off your nose to spite your face thing to do. And listen, I get it. You help build people up, but just give it to them. Just don't. Especially not now. Wait till AEW goes out of business because the booking's terrible. And then you fucking do the Twitch thing.
Yeah, you already took their house show money. You already took their house show money. There's no more house shows. Possibly ever. Let them play video games.
Put it on a t-shirt.
They're not hurting anybody. They're not they're not causing violence. Maybe some of the video games are violent, and that's not PG. But that's like they're playing video games. They could be doing anything else that could physically hurt themselves. They're not doing triathlons or something. They're sitting on their ass playing video games. Let them do it.
Look at you, sticking up for the people. It's very unlike you. You're usually a great bootlicking corporate SOB.
And I don't like people, but it's video games, so I'm here for that.
Darby and Brian Cage had a weigh-in. Can we get to this is the where I'm going to go nuts. Because, first of all, Darby and Brian Cage, as much as I wanted to see the match so badly, and I still do, the booking of this has been all over the fucking place. It's been a mess. And essentially, Sting shows up because, first of all, we're doing a weigh-in, everybody's wearing clothes. Not that
which I'm here for.
I love that Taz mentioned it.
Yes,
Darby,
I'm glad. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if those weights are accurate, but they feel accurate to me. I prefer Tony's way in which basically move it and I'm exactly right the first time. It's amazing how that works. I've seen way-ins. That's not how that works.
So scientific.
That was fun though. I liked the segment up until Sting shows up. Not because I hate Sting, only because I've seen this angle 4 or 5 weeks in a row now. How long's it been? How long's Sting been here?
Too long? I'll say
like
4
or 5 weeks, yeah, 4 or 5 weeks.
And
I dig it. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute, you can't the incompetence of Team Taz, by the way, who has seen the same thing 4 weeks in a row, have not figured out Sting's gonna show the fuck up. They haven't figured this out yet. They don't know what to do. They're always shocked every time this thing is here. Oh, we thought he was good. I don't know what. He walks out that way every time. What are you shocked about? He literally comes out from the ring.
The crowd last week. That's why they went to the crowd.
Last week.
Yeah, last week on the tribute show, he came out of the crowd.
I didn't even know they did it a 4th, 5th week in a row. I didn't watch the tribute show. This is even more ridiculous. I'm over. First of all, they did a 662 this week. 1,000?
They did pretty bad, yeah.
Yes, because you decided to continue to waste Sting over and over and over and over and over again, do the same fucking things over.
With people watching the news whooped everybody.
It's Sting! First of all, JR had the proper response. Oh, it's Sting. Yeah. Yes. Because you've seen it every week. It's Sting. Oh.
Sting's back. He's there again.
JR's like enthusiasm. So like, oh, Sting.
It's our weekly scheduled Sting program at the moment. Don't click that channel.
No, Jericho's even better. It's snowing. Somebody get Tony on mic. This is fucking terrible.
Yeah, they should shut off everybody else's microphones and just have Tony when Sting comes out.
Jericho was great last week and this week, in my opinion. I enjoyed it, especially during the we'll talk about with Cody and Matt Sydal. He made that a lot funnier than even what I was seeing. But here, whenever Sting's on, Tony Schiavone is the best person to be talking. I enjoy it because it still brings intrigue to what exactly their relationship is, and them staring at each other, and Darby looking at him like, "Oh, you're my dad? Are you my dad?" He's still trying to figure out this that went out for cigarettes all those years.
And I enjoyed it the first week. I didn't enjoy it so much the second week, or third, or fourth. All right. I got it. But
I'm slightly biased. Sorry.
No, feel free. Talking about Sting doing nothing all day.
I'm slightly biased because I don't think Sting needs to be here in 2020
all right,
2021.
We got you.
But
we went over this 4 or 5 weeks ago.
And Tony Khan, you do the same thing every week.
And we can keep going over. He doesn't need to be here anyway. With each passing week, with the same segment each passing week, with all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people involved. I'm getting exponentially closer to not giving a shit what the payoff is. I don't care. And it's a shame because I like Darby Allin. I love Team Taz. I hate Sting, and the hate Sting is overriding everything else.
That's not how that's supposed to work.
You hated Sting on the first week when everyone knew it was cool. You from there. So your opinion is like null and void at this point.
Because I don't want to see somebody that needs to be helped out of his car on my wrestling show.
To be fair, he looks like he's in decent shape to me.
I wouldn't know, because he could do this.
No, I was looking at this. First of all, when you look at Chris Jericho, you go, ooh. Sting looks like he's in decent shape to me. He's wearing a shirt, but still. He should.
He comes like he's doing the same, like you say, he's doing the same stuff. I didn't want him here in the first place, but he's doing the same stuff, and he's not making me go, okay, I was wrong. No. He's not contributing anything.
I just want to hold off on Sting. If he's not going to do anything, just hold off on him.
Yeah, let it snow, and then he got like buried in snow. And then he thaws out at some point.
Jesus Christ. Dude, first of all...
I wish maybe they would have like just had him and Darby like looking on from the Raptors. If they were going to do the same thing every week.
Look at that.
Something like that would have been more effective than getting his entrance every week.
Sitting at home.
I think the entrance is why people were kind of divisive.
Yeah, sitting at home on the couch, off the fucking cuff, the top of your fucking head. You just came up with something that was better than this dude who sits in his house for a week playing this fucking show. You know he has Sting, and he's paying him a fuckload of money, and he comes up with what should Sting saves Darby. Then what? Darby saves Sting. Sting, all right.
I don't hate that idea.
I like that idea.
I have to have a follow-up question because I do like this idea. Are they sitting together looking down from the rafters, maybe like conspiring, or are they at opposite ends of the rafters staring at each other?
Ooh.
They should have like started it off with them on opposing sides of the rafters,
Then
and
they get
then
closer?
like last week when they came out together, they should have like been in the rafters together. And then if you do that for like 2-3 weeks, then we can have Sting's entrance again, and nobody would be complaining. It's just the fact that you've seen Sting's entrance so many times. That's why people are kind of divisive at this point. I mean, I'm on the side of I still like it, I still enjoy it, I still dig the entrance, I'm still intrigued by the Darby-Sting relationship, and I'm glad that they've kind of shunned Cody Rhodes out of it a little bit because Cody doesn't really need to be involved right now. And I like the focus, and I like that it seems like Sting is going to become Jake the Snake Roberts to Darby's Lance Archer. I like the fact that it seems like it's more of that type of relationship more than them like teaming up together or Sting in the ring. It seems like Sting is his mentor. I like that, but I can understand why people are kind of annoyed that they're seeing the same entrance every week.
I do like your idea.
I strangely like this.
They get together.
I strangely like this fucking program we just came up with.
And we got Darby
fucking head
skateboarding through the snow.
Right over Frozen Sting, right?
Ideally, but you know.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Ideally.
I got fucking Abaddon on the show that I do with Frozen Sting in this fucking snow.
You can do like, what's that, a Healy or whatever over Frozen Sting? I don't know. Cool kids that wear Vans. You let me know in the comments what that's called.
Cody Rhodes and Matt Sydal's next. You really like this match.
Yeah. I don't hate it, but
it did have a good benefit to me, which is that Kenny Omega's offense later on in the night looked very realistic compared to this shit. I'm not here for Cody matches anymore. I'm sad. And you know, we used to argue all the time. I love Cody Rhodes. Goldie Rhodes, as I used to call him. I'm just over the babyface Cody Rhodes.
I can't agree with you there. I'm over babyface Cody Rhodes. That they did too much to tease that he was turning heel when he was TNT champion during those open challenges, to the point that outside of the Brody program, he hasn't felt that babyface since then. Having him immediately go from Brody to Orange Cassidy immediately put him back in that position of the heel. So it's like, and then he went against Darby. He lost the title to Darby. And it's like either you should have been more invested, or have Team Taz on more than one segment. If Team Taz is going to feud with, Darby and Sting and have that program, have just one of Team Taz. Have Ricky Starks, since Ricky Starks doesn't really need Taz to cut promos on him. Ricky Starks is the guy that is like going after Cody, because Cody was his first loss in AEW. Cody's repeatedly beat him before, so have him aim after him. That would have made more things interesting and made us more invested in Cody as a babyface. But then in this situation, he's worse than a babyface again in Matt Sydal. So it's like,
and apparently he's the dumbest motherfucker of all time, because he lost the belt doing the dumb horse shit with a guy he's already seen as dangerous 4 fucking times in a row. Anyway, and then he's doing the same shit in this match where he's fucking doing push-ups and doing. What are we doing? Why are you the dumbest babyface that's ever existed? I don't understand. I'm not here for it. Or turn heel. Then push-ups are cool and hilarious. Cody wins because it's Matt Sydal. I mean, come on, what do you want?
Because it's Cody.
Yeah, I mean, and to be fair, I'm not putting over Matt Sydal. What was it, 2003? Who came out? What's the guy in the crowd?
Serpentico.
Yeah. Comes out, they attack. Here comes. I don't want to discuss the rest of it. What do you think of it? So what do you think of Snoop? Young.
I enjoyed the fuck out of this. Sometimes on a show that features some of the best professional wrestling you see on network television, you need a little bit of sports entertainment. You need something to kind of break in the flow. And my God, I have never seen a worse splash since Tamina Snuka And the fact that Tamina Snuka is the daughter of Jimmy Superfly Snuka, I will say, Snoops was more impressive. The fact that he even went up there to do something.
That's hilarious.
and I love the Excalibur and Chris Jericho on commentary. First, Excalibur tried to cover for Snoop, saying it was a knee drop splash combination. Jericho just owned from the beginning of seeing Snoop and saying, "Somebody shut to AEW."
This is fucking. I get it. They're trying to promote the show, and Snoop Dogg is apparently a star of some kind. He's a fallen star because first of all, I see him everywhere, and it's just like these like. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to be
overexposed.
No, I was going for like a more offensive thing. He feels. This is gonna sound fucked up. I might cut it. He feels very much like a dancing monkey. I'm sorry. He just. Venom said that he'd be in deep shit, but I'm not. I don't know. Actually, what the fuck I feel like
dancing dog.
Yes, sure, but like just fucking. I'll do anything to get a paycheck. I'll do anything to get TV time. I'll do anything fucking. To AEW. What's it? Corona or Modelo? I forget. One of them.
Oh, the beer?
Yeah.
I can't be talking to my cell phone.
Go home. I can't be talking on my cell phone?
I think that's Corona.
How dare you, sir? And then you want to talk about the culture? Nigga, get the fuck out of my face. How dare you? Fucking the fact that we even listen to Snoop Dogg say.
I just love things when you see a celebrity having the time of his life, and you can tell that he had a good time. Just hugging Chris Jericho, hugging JR, and all those guys. He had a good time. It was a nice break from the action, and he did it on someone that absolutely does not matter. So I'm okay with it.
For starters, I think we're gonna have to take a break from really close friends wrestling each other because they're visibly way too careful with each other in the ring. Like, telegraphing is one thing.
That's a match. Okay, sorry.
Oh no, I'm gonna go into a whole spiel.
They're not friends, so you kind of botched.
Well, how did Seidel get a job then? Because they used to wrestle together.
The Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are friends with Matt Sydal. Cody's not friends with him, actually. They actually said that in the promo on the road, too.
No, I don't watch that. But
did you just assume they were friends? And then you called them really close friends?
That they were wrestling in WWE in mid 2000s, yeah.
So what?
But you know, like had like maybe 3 matches. It's not like they were wrestling in like a long program where
Shawn Michaels
and established friends or something like that. Literally, they had. Not even 3 matches, maybe 2 with Legacy versus Airboom, but that's about it.
Guess how many matches they had? Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, really close friends.
You know.
I just figured they were in the mid-card locker rooms, you know. Whatever, regardless. Maybe that makes it worse. They're way too careful with each other, like beyond telegraphing, where like Cody's ducking his head for shit. And
well, maybe he put on a bad performance then.
And which one is it on? Like it was just as a match. Like I could have put this on Dark maybe. Like I didn't love this. We definitely could have had a
Cody Rhodes on Dark. Huh?
I know it'll never happen, but I'm just saying we could have a mural squash instead or something.
We're still on the squash match. What
right?
the fuck?
We could have did anything else. Oh. But then to double dog down on how bad this segment is for me, we have Snoop Dogg come out and get physically active in the ring. I don't mind celebrities being around. Mm-hmm. I mind celebrities being in the ring getting physical with wrestlers because Serpentico, I know, is going to pick up a win at some point, and he just got dog splashed by Snoop Dogg, and now I can never take you seriously again.
Are we sure he's going to win again?
Huh?
There's 2 guys holding him down, though. Like, it wasn't like Snoop just beat the hell out of him.
Okay, and what are we going to remember? Are we going to remember 2 guys holding him down, or are we going to remember the dog splash? We're going to remember the dog splash.
You don't remember anything.
You're not even going to remember who he did the dog splash to. You're going to remember the dog splash.
It's disgusting. It's bad. I don't need to see Snoop Dogg now, Shaq at some point, which was supposed to be a month ago.
See, I can buy Shaq. I buy Shaq.
Shaq is physically
big
impressive.
motherfucker. Yeah.
I don't want to see celebrities, particularly of 2 decades ago, I don't want to see celebrities getting physical in the ring with these wrestlers. Like, I don't want to see that. Like, that to me is the same as at WrestleMania, Snooki's in a match. That's the same thing to me.
Why would you say it's the same thing as Tyson and Austin?
Did they have a match or did they just have an encounter?
You said physical in the ring. That's what you said.
Yes.
That's what you said. I'm going with what you said.
Absolutely.
Now, Tyson's different because he's a combat
Snooki had a
athlete.
whole fucking match. Snoop Dogg did one fucking move. Like,
And not well, so he shouldn't have done it.
Huh?
And not well, so he didn't need to do it.
Snooki didn't do anything well.
This is, okay, Pat McAfee, we can say, is an established person from not wrestling, right? Granted, he's just a punter, but he's an established person from not wrestling.
This podcast is bigger than his punting career.
Fine, right? But he did, what was that, Swanson? Right? He did a Swanson or whatever, right? So he did that well.
Pat McAfee is the exception to your rule, not the rule. So I don't, and that's a bad.
Exactly, he's the exception. The rule is nobody else should be doing stuff if they can't do it. If you can't do it, don't do it. Tyson only did a punch. He's a boxer, and it's just a punch, right? These other people are doing things he can't do. If we had a rap-off, Snoop Dogg versus Max Caster, now we're talking.
He couldn't wrestle, and he was a part of two of the biggest shows in WWF history.
Who?
Mr. T.
And I wouldn't, personally speaking,
Is this going to be you don't want to do case-by-case basis anymore?
I don't know. I wouldn't have Mr. T.
I think I say this every time I'm on this show, but I'm thankful that you don't have a pen or a book anywhere in the business.
That's because you like Snoop Dogg. I don't care. I
understand it. I dig, and I said I like a celebrity having fun. I thought it was funny. I never said I like Snoop Dogg, and I do. But that's because he's a Laker fan. That has nothing to do with this. But what I did not like about this whole segment was Snoop Dogg's remix of Cody's theme. That was awful.
I didn't hear it.
Wait, what?
Oh no, yeah, I did hear it at the beginning of the when it came out. Cody came out, and then all of a sudden the fucking thing changed and started rapping.
It was awful.
Oh, I missed that.
Well, are you here for it now?
No.
Oh.
Less here for it.
He got shot.
Did I blank all that? I don't remember that at all.
I might have muted it, to be fair. I remember hearing the song. I was over it.
Yeah, no. You get fun. No.
Speaking of wishing Marcus didn't have a pen, I'm back to Tony Khan. I would took his pen away because Sheeta versus Abaddon was the next match. Now listen, you have this really cool gimmick. How long has it been? When did Abaddon come back? 4 weeks ago? When Sheeta looks...
Maybe like a month and a half ago.
Sheeta looked scared out of her fucking mind. I gotta be honest with you. That was one of my favorite segments of the year. You built Sheeta up as this fucking honorable babyface. Abaddon comes out looking like a mess, and then Sheeta shits her pants. I was like, this is a brilliant angle. Then the next week, might have been next week, or 2 weeks, fucking Sheeta's about to cut a promo that she can't cut because we know why. Something drops, and she looks like she just shit her pants again. Like, this is the greatest thing ever. Keep doing more of this. Of course, the week later, she's not scared anymore. It's time to fucking fight back against Abaddon. And then she gets bit in the neck. Now, instead of bleeding out, like you would think Abaddon would go for a murder, she fucking puts a patch on her neck in this match. Patch?
Yeah, she had like a patch on her neck.
And she gets bit, I want to say twice. It might have been 3 times.
She got bit on the leg and then in the neck again under the ring.
The referee can't do anything about it. Mike Tyson lost his boxing license for several fucking years. But fucking the match continues. God damn it. And Sheeta wins! What are we doing? First of all, I hated the fact that she wasn't even scared last week. That bothered me. But the fact that you've been bit and then you lose the match clean?
Well, not clean. She was bleeding out while she won.
Are we serious? Fucking, why not? What? The only way this is even salvageable is if we then have Sheeta fucking do the finger poke of doom and hand go Baker the belt. Otherwise, this is all awful. All of it. You're struggling to find heel contenders, and then you have one who's actually fucking interesting, and then she bites people, which is ridiculous. But you're gonna do it. At least have her win the fucking match, or do a DQ, or do something. She loses clean. I can't take Abaddon seriously ever again, and I like that fucking gimmick. That's not a gimmick. I did like that, Chris Jericho saying that. Was Jericho or Excalibur? Maybe Excalibur. saying fucking it's not a gimmick. This bitch is really out of her fucking mind. I like that idea. And then they just shat all over it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I can do this all day. I'll wake my neighbors up.
I did not enjoy this match. I didn't enjoy her pulling her under the ring and biting her. That just seemed very hokey. It took me out of this whole matchup. WWE did something similar with this with Shayna Baszler biting the neck of Becky Lynch, and it's like when you go that far, it's like, where else can you go? Where else can you go? And when you do it in the middle of a freaking championship match, and by the end of it, the blood is kind of dry, it's not there, and Cheetah wins with her finisher when Cheetah should have just won with like a roll up or something. Like, protect.
No, I don't think that.
Protect Abaddon. And that's not even taken into the fact that this match never even left second gear. It's just like, Abaddon needs work in the ring.
Agreed.
She's just a gimmick for now, or that's really how she is. Whatever you want to say it, but she needs work in the ring. She's not at the level of Sheeta, of Goldbreaker, of Thunder Rosa. But it's just like, come on, at least protect this gimmick. This is a good gimmick. She can be someone that you can kind of build the division around for the future. This Sheeta's title reign has kind of gone on too long for me. I feel like they're just delaying the inevitable Sheeta versus Gold Baker, and Gold Baker finally wins the title at this point, when I think it should have happened at Full Gear. I understand you had other title changes to do at Full Gear, but this Sheeta run has gone on long enough, and the last couple of title matches, I think the one with Big Swole is another one that didn't work, and then this one, she hasn't really, and then the Nyla Rose match at Full Gear wasn't that great either. It was a pretty good matchup, but it wasn't great. It's been a long time since that Penelope Ford matchup at Fighter Fest.
I thought that existed.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, if you're not going to have great matches, it doesn't help a division that's already under the radar and already underbooked. So I get the complaint off of Tony Khan in this situation and segment.
Before you go, I have another Tony Khan complaint that revolves around this division that we'll get to in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah, the under the ring spot, I understand you need to apply the wet red paint to Cheetah's neck, right? So I understand you have to get there. I don't like how it's also very obvious that this is an opportunity to zoom in on the ring apron for the Go Big Show. Right? Like, we want to hold it there. We're going to go under this apron because we want you to see Cody's other show with Snoop Dogg.
That shit was hilarious.
Right?
Zoom?
Right? And we want to focus on that. But also, and correct me if I'm wrong and I'm misremembering this, wasn't this another one of those false finish matches? Where, like, she should have picked up the win and then we're going to do another finisher.
I don't remember.
She didn't. No.
No?
She hit the Damdu or running knee for the win. She just did another move and Abaddon kicked out, and then she immediately hit the knee.
That. She did a move.
But that wasn't really a fault. It wasn't like she hit the Falcon Arrow and then Abaddon kicked out when she should have. It was just a regular move. It wasn't even her finisher.
So not as egregious, but still a move, a pin, a kick out of two, immediate finisher. Like, can we just do the finisher and get the 3 if we're gonna give her the win, which we should not have? Can we not do the kick out at 2 into a finisher or another finisher that we do all the time?
Sid mentioned how bad you say bad. I'll say bad. Abaddon is. She needs work, we'll say.
Yes.
That does make me reconsider her winning, but she shouldn't lose to a fucking what happened or fucking a clean finish of any kind. I
think she just needs to drop that belt like several months ago.
Oh, we're in fucking agreement there. All 3 of us. Fucking, you know what was amazing in the women's division besides fucking Cheetah shitting her pants when Abaddon showed up? Fucking Go Baker and Reba laying out Thunder Rosa and wiping her fucking makeup off her fucking face. First of all, you tell me, by the way, Because I'm not educated on these things because I don't care mostly, unless it starts affecting me. Is Thunder Rosa in Mexico or something? She get trapped? She overseas?
What happened was she was exposed to someone who was COVID positive, so that pushes back their matchup. And she was just there last week on the tribute show. She attacked Britt when Britt was saying that everything is rigged. Great promo by her, by the way. And then Thunder Rosa attacked her to kind of set up the matchup on night 2 of New Year's Smash, but that's been pushed back because of her being exposed.
Okay. Here's what I wanted to say. I'm gonna be nice about this. I know we have a 2-hour show. Where we gotta get a 10-minute, 15-minute Cody match every night. But why not have Gold Baker and Thunder Rosa on every show? Since they are the hottest angle you fucking have. I don't get it.
I agree with you. That's why I enjoyed them bringing Britt's talk show to debut next week. That needs to be something that you can set aside maybe 5 minutes. It doesn't even have to be that long.
Yeah.
Put her on TV and drive up this storyline. And I don't even, since it has to be postponed, I don't even want it to happen now. I don't want it to happen non-title. I want Thunder Rosa to be off TV until Britt wins the title. And that's your title program. That's how you get people interested in the women's division. The 2 people that have made the women's division interesting in the past 8 months was Britt Baker with her heel work in the wheelchair, and Thunder Rosa when she originally came in. So Sheeta, I loved her. I thought she was one of the most consistent workers in the company like 6 months ago. But it just hasn't been there the last couple of months. It just hasn't.
I kind of like that idea, and you can even have Britt Baker, who at least, since she wasn't exposed, could have shown up and said something against Thunder Rosa on this episode of Dynamite, at least get her on TV. But Britt Baker wins the title, and then she... Was it metaphorically or whatever? I'm not sure what the adjective is, or the adverb rather. But she keeps Thunder Rosa in the waiting room for a title shot.
Did you do all that for that?
Yeah, but like that was just a long journey to get to a deflating destination.
I want to give her title because you said her talk show. I want to give her talk show the proper credit. The waiting room. It's fantastic.
Can we get to the last 30 minutes, please? So you had your complaints. I didn't have that many complaints. I didn't like Abaddon and Sheeta. I thought they could have done more with Sting and Darby. So that was my only complaint to the first hour and a half. But I will say this. The final 30 minutes was the best 30 minutes of television AEW has ever produced.
Wow. Alright, let's before we get to it. While Kenny Omega can be ridiculous, quite frankly, and I gotta be honest, up until those 30 minutes, I'm a little disappointed in his heel run so far, because I don't watch Impact, I don't care. But he is splendid, and the fact that there's somebody who can keep up with him, Rey Fenix, this became doubly splendid. I love this fucking match. Like, love. I can't even explain how much I loved it. Like, it made everything worth it to me. Like, I could just watch them wrestle all day. And I was very disappointed when it ended. Matter of fact, I thought they made the near falls work. If you have any type of concept as a wrestling fan, you know Rey Fenix is not winning this fucking match. And yet I still bought it. Like, he might just... I love that match. I love that match so much. Rey Fenix almost murdering himself every week. I don't know how he's alive, but it's awesome.
Dude, I just have to say this. I think we had a discussion. I don't know if I was on the show when we had this discussion. I think we did it off camera. But we talked about the parking lot fight between Santana and Ortiz versus Best Friends. And Dave Meltzer giving it 5 stars. And he didn't give 5 stars to Pac and Omega, which I wrote an article calling it the greatest Dynamite match in the 1 year. That was 5 stars in my opinion. Like Kenny Omega did it again. And this time I agree with Dave Meltzer. This was a 5-star matchup because, like you said, Rey Fenix, no one going into this match believed he could win. But by the middle of this shit, with the Fire Thunder Driver, which has put out everybody in singles action with Rey Fenix. He defeated Nick Jackson with that Fire Thunder Driver. He defeated Trent. He's defeated everybody in one-on-one action with that move. He hit it on Omega, and I bid on that near fall. And if he could make me bite on one near fall in a match that he has no business winning, that gets you, that builds up the drama, that builds up the suspense. This was otherworldly type of offense from both guys, from Phoenix with the dive that he almost winded up in the second row, with the moonsault German suplex, which was just like, I have my kid sleeping, I have my girl sleeping, and I took everything to not scream. Like, what the fuck? And then he followed that up with a springboard, double springboard, double stomp into his back. Oh my god! And then Kenny catches him on a flip into the Tiger Driver 98. It was just ridiculous. Like, this is stuff you don't see anywhere else in the world. Yes. And the spot of the whole night, and one of the best spots I've seen on Dynamite, is Rey Fenix absorbing. Like, he's in a Mortal Kombat fight, absorbing the V trigger, kip up into a thrust kick. That just was like, okay, I'm out of here.
I'm here for it. I usually hate those spots, but that worked for me. I hate that fucking get hit with something and you should be unconscious. But nope, I got a little bit left. Bop, now I'm unconscious.
That kip up was...
It's so clean. It's so clean, boy. Rey Fenix is my guy. Go ahead.
This match was really good. My memory's not well enough to think as far back as like the best thing they've ever done for 30 minutes.
Well, you gave me something. Right? Pac versus
Pac, and then the tag match, right? That tag match that we all really loved, right? Mm-hmm. But like I'd have to sit and think back for forever. But I'm not gonna outwardly disagree. Like I really do think, yeah, maybe this is the best thing that they've ever done on Dynamite. When the U.S. government releases information allegedly and whatever amount of days about there may or may not be aliens, I wouldn't be surprised to see Rey Fenix on that list.
He's not human.
He's not human. He's outerworldly. He's ridiculous. He is a video game in person, and I love all of it.
I'm here for it. And I gotta be honest, I usually shit on the booking. But they set this up, first of all, Moxley coming out.
Which should have opened, I think, by the way.
I was about to ask you which was should open the show. Moxley's promo.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't hate that. I prefer matches, but I don't hate the promo.
Yeah. I get the opening match is their thing. I get that. Mm-hmm. And I get everyone hates the opening monologue to start a wrestling show. Thanks, Vince. But
that's more a Triple H thing.
Yeah, but it's stayed. It's stuck.
By the way, I want to say this before I forget. Keep that thought in mind, because I'll forget. Fucking is it ironic to you that Triple H and Cody Rhodes have the same problem, which is that they need editors? Because fucking Triple H is all the problems the last, when did he get hurt? 2001?
Something like that.
All the problems for the last 19 years could be solved by cutting everything in half. Just all of them. Every match, every promo. Cody needs to edit in a different way, which is, this is ridiculous. This is goofy. Why are we doing this? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. But despite how tired it is as a premise, I think the Moxley promo opening with that fire that he brought, whatever, that made me more excited after the first match for this show than the first match made me excited for the rest of the show. You know, so I think...
Jesus,
I only disagree because of what happened in the world that day. Like, if nothing happened in this world that day, I can take a Moxley promo off the start because it's something different.
You know what, some angry white guy showing up and yelling?
It's something to kind of take my mind off of what the hell just happened, and that tag match did it more than the Moxley promo.
But I can't co-sign with that because it's like old people watch the news. Like
no.
Literally, there is is factual proof that AEW has a younger demographic than WWE.
That's my point.
Wrestling television.
That's my point.
All of those younger viewers were down because they were watching the news. People watch the news when shit like that happens. They don't watch the news regularly. No, they watch the news when shit like that happens.
Don't young people get their news on Twitter?
No, John Moxley shows up. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna take over. It's like, oh jeez, what the fuck? Not again.
Like if I want to see someone angry, okay, let me turn on CNN and see people angry.
I don't know. It's just the fire of the promo.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's funny to me. I'm sorry. I think sick of this. People bring up the news. That is a little scary. This angry white guy shows up in his militia outfit. This is the wrong time for this shit. But yeah, Moxley get beat up. I thought this is where booking comes in handy. If you decide to do a good job for the first time all night. Fucking, of course, the guys who would actually come help him are fucking fucked up backstage. I love that idea. Fucking Pac and Theo.
Pentagon.
Yeah.
Getting fucked up by Kingston and company. By the way, fucking who should have made an appearance, and they did make an appearance, and it worked. I love that part of it. I can't tell you how much I loved it. And it explains why fucking no babyface come out. Until the end, where all these bums decide to jump into the ring after the Good Brothers show up. First of all, that was cool.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. That was really awesome.
I did not see that coming. I was like, no, maybe they'll come back. They'll come in next week, right before the Impact pay-per-view. Nope. They was like, nope. This is live. We are getting it in. Came out of nowhere. It was like. Yo, like, I think my boy either Jonathan said it on True Hill Heat this week. This was like 3 or 4 times they could have ended the show.
Yes.
At certain points. They could have ended with Omega beating Phoenix.
See?
They could have ended with Moxley coming out with the barbed wire bat and attacking Omega. They could have ended with the Good Brothers attacking them. But because they put so much into this shit, it has people talking. It's the talk of the wrestling world. This was one of the best angles they've ever done to close a Dynamite. I would put it up there, probably a close second or a 1B to Brody defeating Cody Rhodes for the TNT Championship. That's the GOAT ending of Dynamite ever. And this one just came very, very close to that.
How long was that segment in total, you think? The Brody, Cody thing.
Maybe
the match was short.
Maybe like the whole segment was like 12 minutes.
Oh, damn. Well, that might be a contention for my 30 minutes. That shit was fucking fantastic.
They've had like certain shows that had like 30 minutes that were like great.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's separated.
Yeah.
If you just go by like just the Pac Omega match, maybe that's up there. But I think if you would have followed the Pac Omega match with the promo between Hangman, Kenny, and the Young Bucks, yeah, that probably would be the best like 40 minutes that they ever put together. But the package of a 5-star match, in my opinion, between Phoenix and Omega, and one of the best angles they've ever done, makes this the best 30 minutes that they've ever produced.
I gotta be honest, as much as those bums bring nothing to the show, typically, not the Good Brothers, I'm not talking about them. I think the angle works because of those bums jumping into the ring.
Yes.
I just like we're not gonna take it. You beat up Moxley, he's an asshole. That's enough. But there's fucking not you guys. Our guy beats him up, not you guys. They come in. Yeah. It felt very Nash throwing Mysterio into the thing. Like just
not all bums. We had Brian Pillman Jr. in there. He's young. He's talented.
That's what I said.
You had fake Fiego Del Sol, who I just interviewed on that's coming up on True Heels BTR, and I actually asked him about how his back feel going through that table, because he was the one that powerbomb through the table. So he said it still hurt a couple of days later. So
just for you, shouts out to Mobile, Alabama's favorite luchador, Fuego Del Sol.
So, the master of the tornado DDT.
Yeah.
I piggybacking on your comments.
You get an interview, sir. Don't mind me, wrestlers watching this. I don't care about you.
But piggybacking on your side, yeah, I like the clearing out of the bums to the ring.
Right. We just covered this up.
No, it's man.
of the lower card guys.
Clearing out the wrestlers who don't interview with SP3 and the network from the ring. Felt very NWO-ish, right? Just clearing out, just clearing out fans that try to jump in the ring, really, right? Like not even wrestlers, just get out of here, right?
It's very cool.
That felt awesome. I do appreciate the appearance by the Family of Violence, and I'm gonna say their full name every time. I do appreciate their appearance backstage, holding down Uncle Tio and Pac, right?
Yes.
I kind of want to see somewhat of a working relationship between the Family of Violence and the Invisible Hand and his fingers.
A lot of people.
There's too many people.
It feels very NWO elitish.
Exactly. I like that they're separate. It makes Kingston feel more important. If he's in the group with Omega, he's going to be secondary to Omega.
Yeah.
So I understood that. And then it was a great angle just of being up the guys. And then you had the Young Bucks come out. And I know you guys are indifferent about the Young Bucks.
No,
but this was their best delivery of emotion. Just try to be like, yo, what are you guys doing? Like, we weren't a part of this plan. We didn't expect this plan to happen. But they're still Omega's best friend. So when Omega gets touched, they're like, no, get the fuck out of here. What are you
Wow.
What are you guys doing? And then the familiar hand signal, and they're just indifferent. Nick's like, well, he's the younger brother, so he's like, all right.
Yeah, he's a follower. Yeah.
And then Matt's just like, shit, if everybody's gonna do it. Absolutely. That was just a great ending to the show. That's the type of cliffhanger that's enjoyable. And yes, I'm gonna do it again. Unlike lighting a match to burn a woman on fire. You know, I enjoy cliffhangers in wrestling like that more than hokey shit like I get on Monday nights.
It's not fair. It's too easy to take shots at WWE lately. They stink. Yes, that visual to close was
very
amazing, right? Everybody tweeting it up. That was awesome. Can we talk about the range in emotions or friendships or whatever though, where you're drunk, you're not our friend anymore. You're out of the elite, but you turned heel. We're gonna go with you.
Let me be fair.
But to be fair, Paige always was telling them he don't want to be a part of the lead. Kenny actually invited them into the same SUV that he escaped from Winter is Coming at All Out months before. He tried to give them the invitation to come on board and be a part of the plan. But they were like, no, we don't know what's going on. Why you just left Paige like that? Because they still care about Paige. This is all developing at a nice pace. To me, it's just every week you're kind of interested. I know a lot of people were upset that they didn't blow their load in like the first 2 weeks. But building it up like this, make it episodic, and to start off 2021 with that type of angle after a 5-star match, magnifique.
I was very, very, very happy with it.
It explains the rest of the show too, because Tony was focused on this particular segment.
He didn't write anything else, huh?
He's like, what does Vince do? Figure it out.
I'm concerned about the follow-up. The Elite will be fine, and the Good Brothers, they'll be fine. We gotta be very careful with Jon Moxley. You had the best babyface for the last fucking however long he's been. If his response isn't Moxley-esque, and at this point, he should be done talking about whatever the fuck he's gonna do. He just gotta go do something. I'm not sure who he's gotta go get, but he's gotta do it. I'm here
I think this is all leading to Blood and Guts. That we're gonna have this super elite and versus a team Moxley. Moxley has to find himself a team, and I think it should be a team of AEW guys, of Impact guys. Get like the Motor City Machine Guns in there. Get his former tag team partner Sami Callihan from Impact, and then they need one more person to fill. And then riding into the sunset is on a horse is Hangman Page, and Hangman Page completes the team for Bloody Guts. I think that those is they need to put those people involved in this story. This can be something huge, and I think that the Super Elite lose there, and then they just throw out the dead weight, which is the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are too goody shoes. They work better as baby faces to the point that I think the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega need to cut the dead weight, but they need to lose first at Blood and Guts before they do that. I don't think they should do it too soon. You need to build up to that. But once they do that, they get rid of the Young Bucks to set up the logical champion versus champion between the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks. And then we can finally get the Young Bucks back together with Hangman Page. This is something that can develop over I know that's not what you want, but that's where the story, sometimes the predictable route is the right route. You don't need to surprise us, because it always has seemed like that Hangman wants to be friends again with the Young Bucks ever since he turned his back on them. So it needs to build logically to that, but I think they can build this out over like 5-6 months.
It does feel like it could go well.
I love most of what you said. SP3 should have a pen, so whoever's listening. While I can see it and while I would enjoy it, I don't think I would want Adam Page as that last entrant in that match, particularly because I don't want him shoehorning back as the 4th, 5th, 6th most important person in the story.
No, he's the savior. Like, there's an empty spot on the team. Like, he is the guy that fills the void. He is the savior. He's the guy that gets the win in the end and defeats them. Mm-hmm. He's always should be that guy.
Regardless, I'd much rather see Hangman Adam Page in the Drunk Order.
Let me tell you something. I know what you did. Let me tell you what you did. You thought about Drunk Order, and then you worked backwards from that.
Yes. That was
why?
I want to see him in that group. I like him with 3 and 4.
I like them as an undercard thing to like a Brody thing, but Brody's not here anymore.
No, that's why he takes over.
He's not a leader. And I like Hangman Page. Maybe he has that in him. Like, he's got some type of really cool cult leader thing, But I was thinking with that, like, Hangman makes sense, but I don't see it. The character's not a leader of men.
It needs to either be Brody Jr. or Anna Jay. Anna Jay has already established herself as a dominant force in that group, with Stu Grayson being afraid of her. I think that would be a nice, unique route to go with it.
To be fair, he'd be afraid of women, to be honest. Somebody he can't just punch in the face. I'm sold. Anna Jay is the leader of the Dark Order. I'm sold. That was easy.
That was easy. I like that, but I think it can also tie into, they didn't want to stay my friends when I had my drinking problem or whatever. Screw those guys. These guys believed in me. These guys always wanted me.
To me, Hangman should just be on his own. I like the fucking character. I feel like he's definitely lost quite a bit of momentum considering how we were talking about him a year ago? 8 months ago?
Yeah.
Oh, a while ago. Oh, wow. We didn't mention, I forgot what the fuck we didn't mention. FTR and,
Right.
Jurassic Express.
The Dino Dude.
Yes, I know you don't like Marco Stunt. But to me, you hate Marco Stunt. To me, why? I don't know.
Stinks.
Dude, first of all, I never like anything on Dark. Don't show me anything on Dark. He tries to show me things. I don't care. Don't show me. It's our biggest fights. Get away from me.
He enjoyed the waiting room that one time I showed him.
Let's go bigger. Let's go bigger. What do you want from me? But he goes out of his way. I didn't watch the tribute show. He goes out of his way to show me how close in height Marco Stunt and -1 are. You have to watch this. And then he shows me like 10-second clip. I don't care. Who cares? Why are you on this?
Why is he on the show?
The point is, I love the idea of...
It's brilliant how FTR talked him into that.
Yes! I loved it. First of all, when FTR beats them, it gives them an out. Luchasaurus not going to lose. He's not involved. Marco, fucking big mouth, got him in fucking trouble. He's going to get his ass kicked. And FTR goes over. Everybody's happy.
I hope Marco Stunt's mouth leads to that group's breakup, which leads to Jungle Boy's push. I'm hoping for that. He's got his own music now. Just push him. Just keep going.
I agree.
But you know what else I agree with?
What?
You bring nothing to the group. You are worthless. You shouldn't be here. You don't belong.
What was that? Which one?
Cash Wheeler, I think. With the shoot of the year already for AEW.
That was pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome. Is that it? I think so. I'm looking forward.
So.
We'll go night 2. What's coming up on night 2?
So you got TNT Championship, Darby Allin versus Brian Cage. You got the NWA World Women's Championship with Serena Deeb versus Tay Conti. You got Pac versus Eddie Kingston, which I'm very much looking forward to. Miro versus Chucky T. The Elite reuniting Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks in 6-man tag team action. The Waiting Room with Britt Baker with special guest Cody Rhodes. And the Inner Circle's New Year's resolutions.
That last thing scares me a little.
Yeah, a little bit. But I gotta say, it feels like
Jurassic Express versus FTR.
It feels like a very average card, quite frankly. Maybe it's comparing it to Omega and Pac, which was not Omega and Pac, Omega and Rey Fenix, which was splendid.
Oh my god! Like that's TV match of the year for me already. Like I already have a match of the year. My match of the year was sold up. Wrestle Kingdom did that for me, but this was the closest thing.
If you just came for AEW, you can leave now. Does NJPW have weekly television?
They are going to. It seems like they are going to sign a TV deal with a station in America.
So how do you follow NJPW if I wanted to? Like up until this point.
Off camera, I will give you some sites. I was already planning on sending you a link for Wrestle Kingdom because you need to see Kota Ibushi. Both of his matches. Throw all the stars at it, and this is why people want to see Kota Ibushi versus Kenny Omega.
But here's the thing, I can't watch
the belts.
I can't watch wrestling without a story. Like that's why. So if it was a great match, I want to know if there was a story I could follow. Apparently not.
I think is Naito still in one of those amazing stories? Because I know a couple years ago his story was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Naito defended the title against Kota Ibushi on night 1 of Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. Can we get Kota Ibushi in America, please? Please?
That's what it's leading to. It's all about the master plan, the invisible hand. I believe in the invisible hand. Don Guys.
What do we call that group? I'm leaning toward the fingers.
Oh, what? The group? The group has been called the Super Elite.
Oh, okay.
The fingers?
Well, the invisible hand.
Yeah, we got it.
I was going to move on. I didn't even want to ask about that, so.
It's the least intimidating group name. Oh my god, it's the family of violence versus the fingers. Ew. Oh, Jesus. Do you have a plug?
My battery's dying. I complain about wrestling sometimes.
Sometimes.
Give it a follow.
Sir.
Check out True Heel Heat YouTube channel. You are on it right now. We got the True Heel Heat 107 with Jonathan Escudero from Dirt Sheet Radio, as well as the True Draw Josh. We talk about Wrestle Kingdom 15 night 1 and night 2, as well as both shows, WWE NXT's New Year's Evil, as well as AEW New Year's Smash. So definitely check that out, and check me out every single Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. BST on the Wrestle2 YouTube channel with Wrestling Daily Live.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
He does a lot of things.
A lot of things. Post your comments, whoever down below. Like, share, subscribe.